Okay.
Um,
Well, stream's up.
Video game. Awesome, sick. Nice. Yeah, I'm watching Sharks and I feel like I'm talking over myself, so I'm gonna lower that.
Okay. If I've got my list here right.
Oh, Did you do this by yourself?
There was some elements like that was already made. You know, the
Yeah.
one
The
of the
name
sides, but
borders.
yeah, but I mirrored it and I put the label up there. I had to download the font, but otherwise, I did this by myself.
That looks really nice.
And then the background is my general background.
Sick. Why is that so good? I love it. So nice.
Thank you.
Dude, what is happening in the PSL? There is fire, apparently.
This game is all about water creatures. Why do we have fire?
I don't know. They're going over Piranha Pit here, and they're like, burn it. So we're burning Piranha Pit now.
That might be an interesting thing to add, you know, like elemental weapons.
What do you mean, like? Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. I know now. Yeah, I mean, that would depend. I mean, there's some weapons that would obviously work. I feel like if you make the bubbles just a teensy bit, a bit more realistic, like if you blew the bubbles instead of just like swiping it, I feel like that'd be cool. Like, it'd be a quick, you blow the bubbles quickly. It wouldn't be something that would take 2 years to do. Splashdown would be nice to have fire, like you said. When you splash down, the ends of it is just like fire spitting into the air. Like, when you go camping and there's fire in the air and the sparks just black out, and that would be a sick thing to have as well.
Like one thing I was considering earlier, since they're adding bows, how about a sword?
That would be a hard mechanic, knowing that this game's more about painting and a sword doesn't really. I mean, you could add the sword where it's like if you have to slam it, but you can't really slice people with it, because that wouldn't make sense in the game.
Well, it'd be a close range weapon, and maybe because it's an ink sword, the ink splatters off a bit.
My question is, how would you defend yourself against it? Like, if you are a splatter shot, let's say, how would you fight a sword?
Well, see, this is why I'm like, I don't know the mechanics.
Yeah,
I
can see what your day is going with, but it's just with the game, it's kind of hard to go with it.
Yeah.
I know where you're going. Don't worry, I know where you're going. Not a bad idea, but some flaws to it. There's always flaws to every idea.
It's like there's ideas persons, and then there's people who throw them in the forge and work on them.
Water. Booyah bomb. Okay. So when Booyah bomb gets thrown everywhere,
Yeah.
It turns into water on the ground. So like when it finishes and it starts drying off, just starts ending off.
Yeah.
They can be once it ends off, it's just water, and then it's just floats off the map. It's just a nice, cool effect. It doesn't really add to the purpose. These are effects. If we want elemental weapons, the one I would think would work the best would probably be water.
Yeah.
Fire wouldn't make sense. Electricity wouldn't make sense either. I mean,
well, like fire could maybe drain your ink faster because it heats up and it's kind of maybe causing it to dissolve, and then the water might be
so it heats up and it hardens.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, fire could work. Fire, you're smart. Fire could work. Yeah.
And then water could be a damage over time, as a small one.
Poison, like a poison.
Yeah, because you
But that
die the
would
sec.
wouldn't that make it more of a bomb? Shouldn't that be more of a bomb though, instead of an actual weapon?
Well, it doesn't
Because
mean everything has to be elemental. But it's like it could be like you have the water balloon, but it's literally water balloon.
yeah, yeah, no, but that's Splat Bomb. Splat Bomb's always gonna stay. I don't think they're gonna change it to. Like, do you think they're gonna change it to where it does damage automatically on the direct hit, and while you are m- moving away from the direct hit, like a splash radius? You know, how Splash has a splash
Yeah,
radius,
yeah,
or if you're in that splash. I mean, I feel like they do that with Auto Bomb though, not
if
Splat
Autobomb
Bomb.
chases you.
Yeah, that would. I feel like that would be better though, because if you think about it, the Splat Bomb, if you throw it, it automatically pops.
Yeah,
So if you, I mean, it's burst bomb, not spot bomb, burst bomb. So if you, that'd be, I feel like a little overpowered because you can throw just a bunch of bombs and they die.
yeah.
You wouldn't even have to shoot with your weapon.
I mean, there are people who would probably really like to do that.
True, and that's why I think they should have limited time modes for that type of thing, where it's like maybe you have unlimited launcher or like a nice cool launcher LTM. That'd be pretty sick. That's what I think
Yeah.
LTM should definitely be in. There's like some cool game modes out there that you sadly can't do because well, that's just not possible.
Wonder if Arnell's having fun trying to find the map because I thought it was one of the
It has to
special.
be, I believe. Nope. I'm on week 6. Oh, seven, not 6, 7.
Was I looking at 6 and
Yeah.
thinking it was 7?
Yeah, you were looking at 6 instead of 7. You'd be
Okay.
looking at the one where Manta Maria Zones was on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
you were
the
looking
the
at week
maze dasher. Okay.
6. Yeah, it's Anchovy, Wahoo, Port, Inkblot, New Albacore.
This is going to rip into Icy a little bit, but everyone's been doing it in Commentator's Corner anyway. I think I'm just so used to the maps being up by the end of Wednesday that I was just like, okay, go to the previous one.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot more sense. Okay. While we wait for who are we waiting for?
I think it's half of Team Chargers.
Yeah, no, we're waiting on one more for Team Chargers. You're gonna have an extra spot because I'm not there.
Oh, you're not in there.
Yeah, because you're I think you're gonna stream it to me, right?
Yeah, I'm streaming, but I'm not the one controlling the lobby. Shouldn't Barnell have because I mentioned it to Barnell. I was like, got a COCOM, do you have any problems with that? Before I said it's fine with me to you.
Mm-hmm.
And he said it's fine, so I figured he would invite you. You want me to set up that COCOM feed again?
No, I can. Don't worry, I can do that. I just need a code. Do you mind DMing me code?
Sure. Copy.
I was told from one of their teams that it's a 4v3. That they don't have 4 people.
Well, they
Oh man, that sucks.
yeah, they went over to the decide the teams, but we're missing someone on the other side.
Fine, don't worry. I can. Can you set up commentators feed, and then I can just commentate off of that, and then when I'm ready, I can just join up, which I'm doing right now.
Yeah. Okay. Share screen. Send that in. There we go. So this is supposed to be a 4v3?
This is supposed to be a 4v3, correct? I'm gonna turn off watching streams because that's gonna make lag a bit more.
Oh boy.
You know. Seems like on. Oh wait, we're not even starting just yet. Damn it, I'm already. I'm so used to just getting straight into things.
Yeah.
Now we are. Okay. Here we go. We're starting up with Turf War Anchovy Games. I think this is Splatfest theme, if I'm correct. Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
I
Okay.
saw Splatfest. Okay, what button do you need me to hit? Look at the weapons.
Yeah, go X for me. Okay, for Team Steel Sharks, we have Barn with the regular Tri-Slosher, Ninny with the K-Shot, Pixel with the Kenza Octobrush, and Deku with the Fire Fin Charger. On Utsal Charger side, we have Blair with the Scope Fire Fin, Nothing V with the uh, God, the No Scope Fire Fin, and M with the Bamboozler. You can go off of X.
Okay,
Go for it.
let's focus on this little engagement right here. Bombs are flying, inks are flying. Deku's trying to charger the chargers.
Yeah, Hammer coming out from the brush takes out one of takes out
Ooh.
the non-scope fire thing, but right now out of Utsal Chargers, two are down from Utsal Chargers at the moment. Now they're in danger. Turf War, kind of a hard mode for them since obviously they're snipers, and even harder because it is a 3v4. Missiles
Yeah.
coming outside of Steel Sharks at the moment.
I liked the hammer throw that Pixel tried. It's like it just barely missed.
Yeah, I think scoped is a bit harder here, but you know, I want to see how they do. I know this seems very good. Picking off 2 right now at the moment.
Yeah.
Chargers are in danger, but Chargers aren't giving up just yet. Chargers are going straight for it. Trying to get paint on the map, but you know, the bubbles aren't going to do much. Brush just camping, sitting, taking out the Fire Fin Charger. It seems like the 2 Chargers are focusing the Brush. Brush is trying to get in. Brush hammers. Can the Brush get through it and kill somebody? Yeah,
Run.
kill that sniper. Oh, that's
It didn't kill him, but it forced him in a bad spot.
Yeah, that's true, which got picked off by the Tri-Slosher. Tri-Slosher killing 2, the Scope and the Charger. I believe. No, yeah, Scope and Charger. They're just locking them out. That's what they're doing here.
Yeah. Again,
you can't really do much.
I think this was a little expected between Chargers and Turf War and one less person.
Yeah,
But
it really does suck that they don't have that person.
Like, they're putting up a fight. They got someone down. There's only one person in their base. I don't know if they're going to be able to cover enough turf to take it back. But they're not going down without it.
They got 20 seconds here, around 15 seconds here, and, you know, it's going to be very hard to make a comeback. I don't think there's a chance right now because, you know, if they do pick off the Brush and the Tri-Slosher, it's just not enough time. Time is not on their side.
No.
Nor is it paint because Steel Sharks takes the game 2-0.
Did you see that very nice hammer throw right there at the end?
I did see that very nice hammer throw at the end.
Okay, I think I remember that this is 2 points.
Yes, 2, 3, 1.
It's like I looked at the rules. It's like, okay, I'm pretty certain I remember that it's 3 for everything else, 2 for Turf War, 1 for overtime.
Loss, yes.
Yeah.
I think we should be good. Oh, you can take off the feed if you'd like.
Okay. Well, glad I tested that earlier.
It seems like, yeah, it's definitely going to be Barn Owl's team. Steel Sharks getting a sub here today.
As I accidentally, while I'm trying to close the CoCom feed, open up RetroArch. They made their bed. They made their bed, Arbiter.
They made their fair share of armor, is that what you said?
I said they made their bed, Arbiter.
No. Yeah. Psycho? Who's Psycho?
I'm not entirely certain.
Who is Psycho? Check that before we start. Is Psycho
Well,
Chargers?
I don't have the control. The person who has the control is Barnow. I don't know. I can't tell on the names of like the players I have who that could be. At the same time, it's a password lobby, and you have basically 10,000 combinations. What's the chance of someone randomly guessing it?
Okay, I just DM Barn. Barn said Psycho is Psy from Slue Sharks.
Okay. Oh,
Just in a
that makes so much sense because like I'm looking at Psycho just below Barnowl, and it's like I'm looking at that as the Japanese name. But yeah,
is
that's
that the
exactly.
Japanese name?
Well, it's the Japanese character spelling.
Okay. Either way, I mean, I was just a bit confused because that could have been one of Chargers. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think check with. I think Chargers has to 3v what's it called 3v for this continuous. Maybe they might have another person join them.
Barnowl says, "Hang on."
Okay, they're hanging on.
I think they're trying to get one of the others in.
Yeah, either they're talking about the comp they could use, or they're talking with Oops All Chargers to see if they can get another player to make it a 4v4. If not, just get a 3v3.
Barnowl says they might be rerunning turf because their fourth player showed up. Like maybe they were held
Okay.
up a minute.
Yeah, they might have been held up, and that's perfectly fine. We're actually gonna get into a 4v4 here, which is very exciting. Ninny subbing in for Steel Sharks. I don't think Ninny played last time. Did Ninny play last time?
Well, I'm pretty certain Nitty was on there. I think that like Nitty was the one who left, so someone else could come in.
Was that Ninny? Let me check. Hold on. Sorry, I forget things very easily. We'll be checking Splatnet right now.
I mean, there are times when it's like you're thinking of something, and then 2 seconds later, what was I thinking of?
Yeah, that's literally me. That's literally me. Or when I have to go drop off something, I completely forget why I have this thing in my hand, and I'm walking towards the place where I need to drop it off. So just go back, and then I remember, so I have to go back again to exactly where it was.
Yeah. Well, if they're possibly rerunning Turf 4, I'm gonna set the score back to 0.
Yep, go for it. I'm surprised Barn isn't taking 3v3. Could it be because they might just want to go for the 3v4, but we'll see.
Yeah. Well, I think they'll either take the like both teams had to agree. It wasn't like Barnell is just like, nah, your fourth person's not here. We're just gonna go ahead.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. That
So
is
it's
true.
like,
Surprised they didn't. It was so fast because, like, I thought Oops All Chargers would have been like, hey, can we 3v3? Nah, I'm guessing they just said automatically 3v4, just so they didn't want to have to go through the hassle.
yeah, figuring out like who on Steel Sharks would leave.
Yeah.
One of the players for Turf War for all Chargers was a little bit late for reasons unknown. They ran 3v4 Turf War, and I think they decided to give it a second shot to do a rerun.
Okay. Whoa. That was nice of that was nice of Steel Sharks to do. To let them rerun Turf War for the 4v4 instead of just taking the point and continuing.
Yeah.
Hey, so we're most likely gonna see the same comps. I don't know what the rule is. I don't know if they're gonna change comps or not. We will be seeing that soon. I don't know. I think this is since it's a reroll and it's now 4v4, they might change up comps. But I don't know. I think this is why we're waiting a bit here.
Yeah.
There you go. Oh no, I think same comp? Are they going same comp?
The Alpha probably like that was their comp, like that was what they had planned for Steel Sharks. That's what they had planned for this, and like don't need to change.
Yeah.
It's like I think maybe Flair had chose something else to kind of try and cover for the missing person, and that's why they're
True. That
taking a
could
second.
happen. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Can this charging cord like chill? I can't have the stream open at all because my charging cord is being stupid. Okay. Let's get straight into Turf War Anchovy Games once again here. Um. Okay. Seems, yep, exactly the same, and something different on the side of Oofball Chargers. On the side of Steel Sharks, you have Barn once again with the Tri-Slasher, Pixel once again with the K Octobrush, Deku once again with the Planet Firefin Charger, and Nini once again with the Splattershot Kenza. On Team Oopsaw Charger side, you have M with the Bamboozler, Flare with the Scope Firefin, and Nothing V with Swiffer, and Ivan with a regular, what's it called? Regular Charger. I know Nothing V didn't go Swiffer last time, but now as you can automatically tell, this game is looking completely different.
Yeah.
It is looking completely different than what it was. Flare's being pushed back by Barn, but Barn isn't getting in there. Nothing V's trying to snipe Deku out. We're going to see how that goes. M is trying to 2v1, taking out Deku. Nothing V takes out by Barn. Barn flanking from behind. M's being taken out, and this could be a triple down.
Oh, that's a push they needed.
They are also two down on Steel Sharks. Like, this is completely different than what we saw the last time we witnessed them play this match.
They are obviously practiced. It's like, I think the missing person threw them off so hard.
Yeah, and I think this could be... I don't know if Oopsaw Chargers... I think, yeah, Oopsaw Chargers have won a Turf War before. I think this will be their second Turf War whenever. I don't recall specifically just yet, but 100%, we'll see. It seems like Oopsaw Chargers definitely picking them off. They know what they're doing. They're going in there. They're going for the picks at the perfect timing. Barn trying to go for a little nice push, but couldn't get through.
No, that's like they're being held down. Ooh, that hammer might help.
The hammer won't help. Gets sniped from behind from Flare, but I think someone else picked up Flare. Obviously, right now it seems like Chargers are not in danger, but it seems like we definitely have more paint from the side of Oopsaw Chargers instead of Steel Sharks.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's like
Steel Sharks.
Chargers has made it into their base just a little bit, whereas their base just has like the bare edges that can be reached.
True.
Of course,
fight Deku on the right side here. They're two down. This is surprising. I've never seen Chargers like this. Is completely new. This is not the first match. They're coming in and saying, "Hey, you know, we might have not had a good first match, but we had a man down, and now that we have our man back, we can definitely win this." With 16 seconds left, they're definitely gonna send that launcher out right now, trying to get what they need off on the ground. If they don't get it off, picked off. This could go to Chargers.
it looks like it.
Pixel taking out 2 at the end. That could be the decider of how close this match could be. Chargers taking the dub, 44.2% to 37.7%. Congrats, Oopsaw Chargers, for taking the Turf War match.
Dan, you're not on Steel Sharks? I just found a player list, and I was like, that looks like that's just what I'm going to go.
They updated it recently. Pixel is their new player, trading in for Ultradan.
Pix? Okay. Well, I can fix that.
Perfect. Awesome. That was very, very surprising from the Oopsaw Chargers gang. They pulled up, they said, you know what? We're sorry, but we're gonna actually win this match. That's what they did. They showed what they can do.
What a difference just one more player makes and having the teams even.
That is so true. So true. On the other hand, the comp we saw from Steel Sharks wasn't very bad. I think that K-Brush could have been changed to something different.
Yeah.
K-Brush has Hammer, but at the same time, this is Turf War, so you're really trying to get paint on the board. Psycho being traded in for Nini. But yeah, no, I think Armor was perfect. Missiles was great. The launcher, suction bomb launcher, I did think hammer. It wasn't the best decision, but you win some, you lose some.
It's like I feel like to my inexperienced eyes, I feel like Steel Shark's lineup was a general all around, like
True, they had
good
the long
for
range, the short range. Yeah, you're right.
just like good for pretty much everything.
hmm You're 100% right, but they had almost all Slayers on their team. The most backline they had was a Charger,
Yeah,
and the snipers could easily pick off the Tri-Saucer, the K-Shot, and the Brush very easily because of that long range. I would not like to see at all a dualies in here. I've repeatedly say this multiple times to my team personally because I am a captain, and while I was commentating on other teams that once you go against Oops All Chargers, dualies is very hard to run because if once you dodge roll twice and you're stuck there, it's very easy for a sniper to just go straight for it, especially bamboo.
yeah.
Um, since it's a fast reload and you can just spray a bunch of MPU and well, there you go.
I gotta admit, I do like the dualies. That's what I ran for a decent
Yeah, no,
portion of.
dualies are sick. Dualies are sick, no doubt, but you got to think of the Chargers here. You can't like we can't go with the. Uh,
Yeah, in a general match, I think people like there'd be a little bit more dualies, but I don't think the range is that good, and
oh, I
you've
expected.
got the E leader. That is
Well,
the
yeah,
one thing I recognize.
100%. And I thought it would come out, but let's talk about these comps. Barn Owl with the regular junior, Pixel with the Missile K Brush, Deku with the Splash Neo, and Psycho/Psy with the Scope E-Leader. On the side of Oops All Chargers, we have Flare with the Bamboo running all MPU. That rhyme. Nothing V running the regular E-Leader, and M running the, I think that's the Sheldon's Pick. Squiffer, I don't recall which Squiffer it's called.
I believe
And
so.
then,
I think that is the Sheldon's Pick symbol.
and then the, what's it called? The Firefin. Once again, Firefin coming in. It seems like, whoa, what have I been missing? Right now, Steel Shark's really taking the lead.
Yeah.
It seems like they're just going in for it, and those Slayers can really pick them off easily. Once they get too close, this could be game, and by now they're just going in and in and in and in and in, which will ultimately might end up with their own KO here.
Yeah, I think it's done at this point. I
think,
don't think they can.
Yeah, no, that's game. Oh no, yeah, I mean, if they had a teensy bit, like 10 seconds more, they could have stopped that zone. But you can't rely here, and Steel Sharks went for KO.
Yeah.
By the way, I took a while with that, and they KO'd that fast. I think what happened with Chargers, they just jumped in. They really didn't try to pick them off from a large, especially that E-Leader just kept going straight in,
Yeah.
Um,
I think that was down to like the difference in the modes, because you have to be aggressive with.
And we're gone. Great.
Well, this hopefully should be.
I think we might be hosting the room now because Barn might be switching out for someone else specifically. I do not recall.
Can I host? Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Hide your screen.
Yeah, I'm going to. Okay. Pop over here.
Talk about tower. I will talk about tower while you're sending me the code. I'll be talking about tower control, which is the next mode. Tower going to be an interesting thing to see.
Oh, never mind. Apparently Psycho has set up to host, so Barnell will join, so I can join, and then assume once Barnell's joined, you can join too.
I'm guessing it's the same code. I'm gonna guess. But yeah, tower control. This mode is very easy for the Oopsaw Chargers if the Steel Sharks don't get past that first checkpoint. I'd like to see, because I played with Pixel before. Pixel used to be a teammate of mine.
Yeah.
Pixel likes to run Carbon Roller, and it'd be very surprising if we get to see Pixel's Carbon Roller being played here. That'd be a great thing to see because that roller, once you get past that first checkpoint, you can go out. Like they're because that second checkpoint for the Chargers team is a little bit harder because it's more clustered in. Once it like the first checkpoint is a bit more open for them, you know. Roller would be nice to see here on the side of uh Steel Sharks to see if
I think Pixel's saying they're not in this match.
they're not in. Oh man, that sucks. It would be good to see Pixel play Roller, but I think they are in. Oh wait, I have to. Okay, I have Psycho added anyways. Jesus Christ.
As I was saying while you set up, I think a lot of like how different the splat zones went just came down to splat zones versus turf war. Turf war, you have to be aggressive. Splat zones, once you have that, you can be defensive.
True.
So,
True. Apparently, I'm quiet on their end.
are you?
Is what Tiger's saying. Tiger's saying is Val quiet for the rest of you.
Well, I can turn up your volume in Discord to about 130 instead of 100.
Go for it.
So I say something, say hi to people. We'll see if they still say you're quiet.
Hello, everyone. I am here. Co-com. I've never been on the co-com side, I believe. I think I've always been on the regular commentator, streamer side. It's very interesting.
Like, still too quiet, or should is that good? Because obviously I can still pump them up more.
We will see. I think we should just wait.
A bit more?
A bit more.
I'll take it to 150.
That should be good. I got pinged twice in my server. Why?
Okay. It's like, I do enjoy how different, like, you have to play with each of the modes. Like, Splat Zones, it's aggressive until you hold. Tower Control, you have a moving Splat Zone, basically. And you have to hold it, and you are a sitting duck.
True. I think that is so true. I think here it just depends on because the Chargers are also gonna have difficulty when they're playing offense as well. Because now if the Sharks just come in, at the second checkpoint, take them out, boom, that they can just push back. So it really just depends on what we're doing here. Okay. Let's talk about these comps very quickly so we can get straight into the match. Psycho running the custom Jet Squelcher, Deku running the regular E-Leader, Nitty running a K-Pro, and Blue Hopper running that Flingza. Flare running a Bamboo, and running a regular E-Leader. Ivan, I believe, is running a regular Splat Charger, and Nephic V is running a Swiffer. There goes one down on the side of... two down on the side of Steel Sharks. Right now they're trying to take tower. It seems like they're trying to come now, but one down, two down on the side, three down on the side of Oops All Charges. Stingray from Ivan, but Stingray should move because Psycho's gonna come behind and flank. If Ivan doesn't notice, Ivan can get taken out. Ivan notices at the could it be? Nah, it was a little tiny bit too late. They take the lead here. One being taken out by M. Psycho with the sniper there. Here we go to the first checkpoint. Nitty being taken out. That's 3 down. That's what I'm talking about here. Once they get to that second checkpoint, it's a little bit harder to get through things, but they could come out very easily during that first checkpoint.
I feel like I feel like Bamboo has got to be the best charger for defending like this because they can shoot so fast.
3 down on the side of Steel Sharks, and you're 100% correct. I think they're the more closer ranges out of all of the players right now. Taking the lead as Oops All Chargers. They're going to get this past this checkpoint. Let's hope Yes, they do. That's one down on the side of Steel Sharks. Flare getting off. It seems like they're trying to back off. That's two down on the side of Steel Sharks. Excuse me, they're that's three down. Well, one's responding at the moment. They're going on tower. They're heading straight for that second checkpoint. No doubt in my mind. That they'll hit that second checkpoint perfectly. Blue Hopper coming, try to come from behind. Flare getting on. That might be three down. Yeah, that's three down. Can
Ooh,
Nothing V move back
and the fourth
and get
one's
out?
being hunted.
Oh, the fourth one trying to fight it, but they should have not fight it. They should take him back. But it is at 18 right now. That is perfect. Oops, all charges.
It's like the only thing that could have made them happier is if they had broke that checkpoint.
I mean, yeah, that's true. But you know, it with the lead they have right now, defense will probably be their main thing right now. Because you know, obviously they can't really do much without defense, and I think that's what they're gonna do here. If they start pushing incredibly hard, I think it might be a risky move, but they can do it because they're fairly picking off. Hopper trying to move from behind, trying to get them from behind. They notice. Boom, Blue Hopper taken out. That's another one taken out. Deku taken out right now. Psycho on the left side. Psycho also taken out. They're just getting picked off easily right now, and it seems like they're just moving back now.
Yeah, they were like Steel Sharks was doing the Zerg, like send in just a little bit at a time and not all at once.
True, 100%. I agree with you. It seems like I think Usopp Chargers is just going in there. Remember, this is an all Chargers team, and tower control would obviously be their best mode here because, well, obviously number one, they're all Chargers. They have that range. They have the power that they need to get through and get those picks off. I'm surprised they went with the Flingza, something that's a bit slower here. You know, I thought they were gonna go with something a bit more faster. You know, obviously E-Leader. Again, you know, E-Leader's a bit harder because it takes a while. All these weapons are more long range. Obviously, the one that doesn't take a while is the K-Pro and the C-Jet, but at the same exact time, the Flings and the Cypher do take a bit because the Flings can get picked off very easily from the bamboo.
Yeah, Port has like a lot of ledges to get up on.
100%. It seems like they're just playing defense at this point, which is exactly what they want to do. If they don't play defense here, they're not going to be able to win this. With like 50 seconds left, they're gonna try to make a push. I think they're gonna go for try to go for an overtime point at least, but that depends if they can do it. Ty taking out Nothing V at the moment. Ivan being taken out. They could be going for the OT point. They could be going for tower. They go for tower right now. OT point is still alive here. Oh, that's three down. I want to say that they could take the OT, but that could be more than three down. Yep, that's for 15 seconds. Well, more, not even 10 seconds left.
Yeah, there's no overtime here.
It does not seem like they're going to go for an overtime. Not at all, unless they get on that tower. Yeah, they're going to get on that tower to secure no overtime. No overtime at all. Game going straight to Cell Chargers. I think that match, this match is seeming a bit more like the Team Fighters match. It seems like you know, they're just getting picked off, you know.
Yeah. It's like the two things that I think
it's getting very close. These matches are very close. But that one, you know, that one is just you can't really do much.
The two things I think Steel Shark setup was for pushing and getting the initial push and then just stopping the Chargers from making progress.
Yeah.
And when that didn't work, they were in a bad spot.
100%. I agree. More than definitely. I think that was their plan, but their plan didn't work because I think they focused too much on what their objective was instead of what they had to work with. Because if you think about it, this is an all Chargers team. Flings is a little risky to go with, but you know, it still works. Here it obviously didn't work too much because, you know, obviously Usopp Chargers won. But I think the thing that they did well was take those weapons that could kill them very easily when they were making the push. They were knocking them out before they were making that push. And even when they respawned, they tried their best to knock them out. As you saw when they did that push to initially get to that initially push to get to that, what's it called, first checkpoint.
Yeah.
They obviously, as you saw, they picked off the first time, and then you try to pick off a few more the second time. And as Arbiter said here, um, no armor as well. Yeah, no armor is very risky on this map because it's an all chargers. So no armor can really kill you. 100% Arbiter. I agree.
And it's not like there's big corners. It is a straight line.
Oh yeah. You, I disagree, Deku. I think you do need armor to win because this isn't all chargers match. An armor could be very useful, so you don't get picked off on one shot. Um,
Although, would an E-liter punch through that armor?
sorry, say that again?
Would an E-liter punch through that armor?
I think the E-Leader would punch through it, but I don't think it would kill it fully unless does MPU do damage? If does damage, I don't know if it's with MPU if you can with MPU, but if not, I don't believe so.
Yeah.
No missiles again. Yeah, I think Arbiter point no missiles. MPU's range. Okay, thank you, Tiger. I appreciate it. MPU. Yeah. No, I don't think you break through it.
Your main
I
power up.
think the only thing that's close to a fast sniper that could probably, you wouldn't get killed. If you were, it would probably be bamboo with a bunch of main power up. I also think that Ray is very important. And they were running Ray. Both teams were running Ray actually. So it's a back and forth, but we'll see how this match goes in Rainmaker Inkball Art Academy.
Yes, one of the two football modes.
What comps do you expect to see here?
Yeah. I mean, we've got the obvious Chargers. It's like Rainmaker.
Yeah. The Chargers are Chargers.
I feel like with Chargers, there's gonna be one short range, one mid, one long, just to cover like
Mhm.
all of the different distances, and then there'll be someone who's like designated Rainmaker pickup.
Oh, that would be a very good idea. And wow, the teams are ready already. That was very fast. It seems like they know what they're doing. So we'll see this. I agree, Arbiter. Armor is very important in this Oops All Chargers match, and we're gonna get straight into this Oops All Chargers match. No long range, but we'll talk about it right now because on the side of Steel Sharks, we have Psycho slash Psy with the scoped regular charger, Nini with the Forge Pro, Blue Hopper with the regular Kenza splatter shot, and Pixel with that carbon roller. I think that's Deco, I believe. Flare running the Sheldon's pick sniper. I don't recall which sniper that is by the name. Bamboo run by M. Ivan running the regular Splat charger, and Nothing V running Squiffer. It seems like they got a triple there while I was reading off those weapons. It seems like they're trying to get the push, trying to get the paint on, but this is a little hard for them to get through right now.
It's been said in chat. I was gonna say, I think I remember more about this game than I thought because I felt like that Sheldon's pick was a Squiffer. And
Yeah,
it's been
Sheldon,
confirmed in chat.
Fresh Swift. Thank you, Tiger. It is Fresh Swift. It seems like they're pulling him back here at the moment. Oh, those missiles could have really caused some damage if M got picked them off by that. It seems like they ran no E-leader. Not a bad idea, but seems like they're gonna go for the lead here. Flare trying to go, yep, they're 4 down.
Oh.
This could be a KO.
Oh, they have almost a straight line until M came in and broke it.
Let's go to KO here, yeah.
But
and that's gonna be KO. We're gonna go down to the tiebreaker clan blitz match here right now. Live. Score will be 6-5. Steel Sharks in the lead by uno punto, which is 1 point in Spanish. I think it was obvious. Yeah, I think it's just it's Rainmaker. Rainmaker's very hard to do on such a cramped map as well.
yeah,
they went with bubbles. Bubbles is very useful there as well. Let's see what else. They went with missiles. Okay, missiles help. Deco really went for the protection on the match, which worked out very well. And the regular scope sniper ray, yeah. It seems like the comp was perfect on the side of uh, Steel Sharks to win that match.
Lots of
100%
edges.
I agree, Arbiter. Lots of ledges is very true. Very, very true. Putting in Deku for the Clanblitz new Albacore Hotel. Um, what do I, what do you expect to see here? Because I've always been talking about what I expect to see, but I want to ask
Let's see.
you what you expect to see.
Okay, Clam Blitz. I want to say too short and too mid from Chargers because
Hmm.
you need the you need to collect the clams, which means you really want to ink them up so your teammates can see them, even if you don't get them personally. It's like I don't
Hmm.
remember the size of the map.
It's there's a bridge on the right side. You can go to the left side as well to push, and those are the two pushes. You could also push on the right side of the very corner of the right side. Where you can just jump over. But that's about it.
I think I agree that
Um,
they should probably at least consider armor.
they should consider armor 1000%. I agree. They should consider armor, bubbles, and booyah should be the three top things on their list. Everything else can, also be on there, but I think those three are the ones that they really need to play. Um, this is a backline. Yeah, 100%. I agree with you. I've seen splat zones before on this map. I've seen Expos play splat zones on this map. It's crazy, dude. Um, Brella's also very good. Yeah, I agree. Brella with bubbles. I think there's a Brella with bubbles. I think there is. I don't recall. Um,
There might be. I don't recall. I was like
Booyah,
I thought Brellas
Booyah
were
wouldn't be.
cool, but I couldn't figure it out really.
Yeah, I think Booyah isn't. I think Booyah isn't bad. I don't think missiles is bad, but it would depend. If they want more paint on the map, I would definitely say missiles would be a best bet to move them out of that area. Um, but
Uh,
that's about it.
Yeah,
That's about
Tinderella
all.
would give that nice big line as you launch it off.
Very, very true. But I don't think anybody on the team of Steel Sharks plays Umbrella, um, to what I know of. Oh yeah, you technically, yeah, you didn't say Booyah was bad, true, but
Yeah, like the booyah will just like send them out of a circle. The missiles will lock on and force all of them to move.
yeah, 100%, yeah, yeah, true. Okay, it
Inking.
seems like they're not running Pixel here, or they're running. Oh wait, could we see? I think the. I'm not gonna make any guesses. I want to see what happens here because this match is extremely close. This is the match that decides who will win the set. I think there could be any overtime here. Um,
Like
no,
over.
there no overtime. Even if overtime point were to happen, it would still be a one side decide for winner. Um, and we'll go straight into Clamblitz, New Albacore Hotel. Here we go. E-leader expected. Let's get straight into these weapons. Psycho with the scoped E-leader. Ninny with the Forge Pro. Blue Hopper with the regular Gal. Deku with the regular dualies. Flare with the Googla. No, Google. Oh my god. GooTuber. M with the Bamboo. Ivan with the regular Splat Charger. And, Nothing V with a E-leader. Um, don't mind me saying Googla for YouTuber. I mess that up all the time. No joke.
You're on
Ivan,
Google too
getting either
much.
a bias. Oh my god, I cannot speak. Bait
Ooh,
going into the push, but it's an
ooh.
only push by themselves. Right now, so they're gonna try to get back here. The one thing I didn't really want to see would be dualies and the comp from I don't know. I think is regular Gal armor or is regular Gal something else? I don't know. The comp from Seal Sharks is not what I expected to happen. They have bubbles, that's fine. Bubbles, I think again. Um,
Yeah.
Rain, yeah, I think that's no. Wait, I'm no.
This is
Hold on.
about what I expected. The E-leader hanging
Yeah, this is
back and
now it.
defending.
E-leader is right on their team. On both teams, I believe. I think the CDS is. I think it's rain. I don't know. Um,
Ooh. Oh.
I say 52. Listen, I don't know what's happening with me this match. I obviously don't know my weapons this match for some reason. So, despite me knowing weapons, I don't know why I'm just screwing up this time.
I was
feel
gonna
like they're
say,
gonna-
like, are those regular dualies? I thought they were related to the jet shot from the first game.
They are, what's it called? They are not CDSs. They are, I don't remember the regular name. Oh, Squelchers. They're Squelchers. They're Squelchers. That's what they are.
It's like I've
I'm
never
not being
played
a
the
big
first
fan.
game.
They
I don't
have
remember.
the initial push, but they
Yeah.
also have their pity. They picked up their pity. Remember, this is easily overtime point, but once again, overtime does not matter here. It just matters if you win or lose this match right here, right now.
Yeah. It's like it'll narrow the point margin, but like whoever wins wins.
Yeah, it's taking a pick down from the side of Sharks. They're just getting pushed. Blue Hopper getting a little too in there against the Bamboo. It seems like they're gonna go for a pick. Ivan is just staying back, which is very, very smart of Ivan to do. I believe Ivan's trying to go for a jump, possibly. That is very, very debatable. Yes, a lead is a lead. Correct, Arbiter. I also like to thank you guys for correcting me when I was wrong. But yeah, a lead is a lead, and it's good to have it when you do.
Oh. This might come down to just getting that one ball in early.
I think it could definitely, if like Sharks get in there
Oh.
and they get that. Oh, Ivan going through. Can Ivan
Yeah.
get through?
I saw that.
Oh.
Ivan had like a no one in his way until it was noticed.
Oh man, that sucks. That's 2 down the side of Chargers. Now they're really stuck here, trying to get those picks off. They're going for the jump in. Could this be it? Could this be their point? This is their point. They still have clams though. Oh,
They need to get a clam in, otherwise it's gonna push them up 1 point, I believe.
clams are sitting in their area, and they're sitting in the mid, and that's gonna be 81-80. So this is gonna come down to the last clam thrown in this so close match already. They're getting ready and prepared. It seems like they're trying to get picks off at the moment here.
So I mean,
Yeah,
like
they're very
Chargers
close.
being defensive. They
Yeah,
have the
I'm
win
not
if they just
surprised.
hold.
If they just hold, yeah, they could definitely win it. No doubt in my mind. They also have that mini cam that they're gonna go. I think Nothing Beats gonna go for it.
The
I think they might
Stingray,
be- yeah, they
the
could be going
bubbles.
for it. Oh,
Unfortunately, they didn't.
I don't think they have. Oh, they don't have the clams. Deku is in their base, but they don't have a pity. They only have 4 clams, and that's just Deku there. They don't have anything. You know, this is gonna come down. If they have no pity, this is gonna be game. This is game. This is game, and Oops All Chargers will win. No pity, nothing. Oops All Chargers wins. 8, I believe, to 6. No pity. Taking that pity was a very bad idea. I think they should have gone for overtime. It could have come down to the very, very end. And, well, let's just say, Oops All Chargers takes it today. Another rhyme.
It was down to just getting that early ball because they got their one ball in, but they didn't have any clams. They pushed them up just that 1 point to prevent the tie.
100%. Congratulations to Oops All Chargers for winning their match today. And yeah, I think that's it for today's match and today in general. I don't think there are any other matches today. Congratulations to Chargers once again, and good job, Sharks. Very close match, very close indeed. Yeah. Anything else you would like to say?
That was a fun game.
I would agree, 100%. Well, it has been my pleasure to co-com this match. I appreciate it.
Oh.
Thank you for putting me on, dude.
I am so glad I had someone here that knew the weapons, so I didn't have to flail around and guess.
Yeah, no, don't worry about it. That was amazing. Yeah,
Okay.
you can call it off when you want to.
Yep. I'm just